All right. So basically, by doing this exercise, what we are trying to do is when we share more openly and invite feedback, we expand our open areas and build stronger trust. So if you are not, knowing your blind spot, you have to work on it. If you are hiding something which is very positive, you have to come out of it and show it to everyone. And there might be some unknown area which will, open up based on circumstances. So hope you guys enjoyed this activity. Now I am going to the response or the self awareness which Arjun had. I'm nervous, but I know I am good at my systems design. If I prepare and listen carefully, I can contribute. So, this is the exact result of self awareness. He is able to understand his positives and, forget about his negatives. So, second scenario in this story was when Arjun was suggesting automating water distribution with smart sensors. This seems too complicated. Are you over engineering the problem? One of the colleague or teammate remarked like this. What would be Arjun's reaction? Any guess? Any guess? Or how would you react when somebody is, giving you a feedback when you are giving an idea in a team? Okay,
Be
I can
emotionally
see.
intelligent.
All right, EI. So this is the response or this is the competency you're going to use. My question is, what will be Arjun's reaction for her remark? Will he be angry? Will he be, irritated? Or will he be taking in a very positive manner? In the story, he had taken it in a very empathetic, very good. All right. Empathy in a very positive manner because he applied EI. So that's the next competency we are going to talk about. Arjun will not be very, irritated or agitated because he has got the competency of emotional intelligence, understanding and managing your emotions and those of others to build trust and connection. That's emotional intelligence. So how to practice it? Before replying, ask yourself, how will my words make others feel? Listen without interrupting at least once a day. Replace judgment with curiosity question why instead of assuming. Appreciate your team members genuinely. If you feel that somebody has raised, a great flaw of yours, I know it is difficult, but we need to practice it. So, applying EI, Arjun might be giving this response that, you know, we have to start in a simple and expand it later. And Clara was also happy with it and she smiled. So, in the video, already Sandhya ma'am responded that there are team members who will be quiet and they rarely speak. So what did Arjun, which competency Arjun used here? Any idea? Which competency? Okay, I have responses in the chat box. Inclusivity, excellent. One more is there. What me and Sitaraman just now we are doing is an example of that. Guys, I want more responses, dears. Collaborate. Yes, excellent, sir. All right. So the competency which Arjun used here is collaboration and also inclusivity, both of it. Because a leader, teamwork, excellent. So a leader who is able to work together by sharing responsibilities, supporting others, and valuing collective success is going to be the 21st century leader. So how you can do it? Start the team meeting by asking, how can I support you today? Share credit when things go well and take responsibility when it is going wrong also. Offer help to someone struggling even in small ways. Celebrate small wins together, not just big ones. So if your team member is, able to create a presentation slide for the first time, tap on his shoulder. It is new to him. If you are an expert, definitely it will make a, change in his life, that tap. So inclusivity. That is the second competency everyone should cultivate from now onwards. When Your colleague is coming after a maternity leave and, finding herself not able to, cope up with the new technology, new system. I want everyone, not only ladies, but gents, ensure that she is feeling inclusive. I have to think about the other counterpart also. If a person who is a male counterpart is having a family issue, or somebody who is lovable in the family has lost somebody from his family, he might be feeling a little, difficult to come back to his work with full on mood. We have to be inclusive, making sure every choice is heard, respected, and valued equally. In discussions with, when you are with your team members, even quiet one, you have to invite them to share something. Rotate roles, don't let the same people lead always. Avoid assumptions, ask for perspective directly. Say thank you for every contribution, whether it is big or small. So this feels that you are an inclusive leader. It should not be a tick mark which you need to close. That's a more important part. So before moving on to the last part of competencies, I would like to know which competency you have felt you have used very wisely in your work. Which one? Whether it is emotional intelligence or collaboration, inclusivity, which competency you have used the best way you could. Inclusivity. That's excellent to hear. So, in the story of Arjun, also, we can see that last round, one of the quietest teammate suggested unique rainwater harvesting, and it became the highlight of their project. So, that is the power of inclusivity. Now, it's time for an activity. I want your presence here, guys. So, let me have, your complete presence. Can I get your complete presence? Can I get a thumbs up?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to play a video now. It is having a short story or message in it. So when you are hearing that, or watching that, you need to guess what is that message which that video is going to convey to you. All right. Are you all ready? Can I have some responses? Are you all ready?
Yes.
All right. So here it goes. I'm going to play it again. Watch it once again with your shrewd eyes. So, shall I ask you the question? Okay. Now, I'm going to give you all few, seconds or probably a 1 minute time to think about it, and you can come up with a script. And anybody can volunteer and share the script or message what the video was all about. They can, you can actually type it in the chat box as well. Let me know if you want to watch that, clip once again. Okay. All right. I'm going to replay it. Once again. All right. So think about it. It might be a situation which you have faced in your life also, or something. Any creative idea is welcome here. Any idea is welcome, whether it is creative or not. So let me set a timer for 1 minute. and then come back to you. You have around 15 seconds left in the timer. All right. Who is ready to share? Who is ready to share? Can I have a volunteer, please? Navnita, Corina, Aisha, Pooja, Aparna, Sandhya. Okay. Yes, Sandhya ma'am. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure what was going on, but
No problem.
from what I observed, I think the lady was talking to someone on virtual mode in her tab,
Okay.
and she did not face the person who was trying to talk to her from behind.
All right.
And I guess she spoke something, but she did not make eye contact with the
Excellent.
person who was in real in front of behind her, actually.
All right.
Was
That's
it
good.
like that?
I will tell you. I'll tell you. Let me hear from Corina as well. You can lower your hand, Sandhya ma'am. Yeah.
So basically, according to me, I think she was grabbing her coffee break or something like that. And
All right.
then her boss just casually approached her. Maybe they might have had a meeting before. This is just my opinion or like a story kind of a thing, wherein her
Excellent.
boss might have had a meeting in the morning. And she was probably not sharing her ideas in the meeting or putting forward her viewpoints, so her
Wow.
boss, when she was on a coffee break, her boss might have just told her that, you should casually be presenting your ideas or be open in the interview, putting forward your points or opinions. And then later
Excellent.
on, I guess while she was scrolling on the tab, I think she was scrolling through her notes or whatever she prepared via digital mode. And then later
Okay.
on, she went and she approached her boss and she told her boss the idea, what basically, she felt that she did not speak up in the morning. So this is what my
Wow.
understanding from the clip
Wow.
which you have shared.
All right. Let me first give both of them a clap from my side because it is not easy to, watch some clip randomly and, guess the script. And both the script were close to what idea I wanted to, share along with you all. But Corina's was close to what I thought. Okay, so the not fully close, but almost 90 percentage it was close. So what happened is, they have a meeting coming up for the day, and they are grabbing their coffee in the coffee area. And there was no eye contact, as Sandhya ma'am was saying. They was simply just saying, wishing good morning. And he's not his boss, but a representative from Japan who has just joined their project. Okay. And later on, when the meeting is happening, when they are attending it in the like online, she's hearing the remarks with which his colleague, I mean, her colleague has to share. Also, the quality of work which he is presenting, she is realizing that. So she understood that he will be a person for her to look upon as a leader and a co-worker. And he was remarking very good comments about her. So she understood that there should be a proper team and there should be a exchange of proper culture. Realizing that, she came back the next day in the coffee area. She had exchanged a wonderful good morning to him. And there start their association. So, which skill is important here, or which skill is portrayed here? That is my question. So, if I am going back to my presentation, it is the cultural intelligence, which is, which I want to highlight here. Respecting and adapting to people from different backgrounds, values, and communication styles. So, he being an old person from a different country, Anna was from India, as per my imagination. So, it is very important to get connected with different culture, people from different cultures. So, how we can do it? Learn one new fact about another culture each week. In group work, ask quieter members for more inputs. Avoid slang or phrases that may confuse non native speakers. Show openness. That's new to me. Tell me more about it. If you're, getting new ideas, you need to accept it, even if it is from a person who is from a different background. So, this is what I feel cultural intelligence is all about. Now, moving on to a mind competency, that is digital and AI literacy. I want to share some facts before diving into it because, as per the future of work, it is one of the emerging skills or top rated skills which we all have to work on. So, what is the fact about it regarding the Gen Zs and millennials? By 2030, Gen Z will be a key driver of the future AI and comprising 30% of global workforce. And most of Gen Z uses AI but scores low in critical evaluation and assessment of AI. Social media dominates as primary Gen Z AI information source. So this is something which, Ernst and Young conducted a survey to understand the crucial AI training needs in the Gen Z workforce. So I am going to talk about four tips which you all can incorporate in a day-to-day basis to use technology and AI tools smartly to learn, solve problems, and make better decisions. Try one new digital tool or shortcut weekly. Verify information before sharing it. Use AI for brainstorming, but double check results. Balance tech time with offline thinking time. So it's already, we are dumped with a lot of tools. And I have a question for you all. Which is your favorite, topmost AI tool which you use now daily? I want to hear from you. Let me hear it in the mic or on in the chat box. Chat GPT. Okay, Corina. Any tool for video editing for different purposes? There are Canva. All right. Chat GPT and Canva. Dali. Okay. Anything else? All right. So let me just give you the taste of three AI tools. Third one is not a tool, but actually a directory. So AI tools which I tried and tested it. DALI is used for image generation. Let me now come to these tools which you can use. So, any idea which tool I am talking about? AI powered visual tool designed to rapidly convert text content. Any idea into infographics? As trainers or presenters, it is very useful tool. I have used it in my presentation today. To be specific, in the McKinsey data which I presented, it was created using this tool. Next tool I'm going to talk about will allow you to understand anything. Any guesses? It is developed by Google Labs. Any guesses? And third one is the AI tool directory. That is for we all to understand and try out different tools which is coming in the market daily. Okay. Any guesses? First tool? I think I'll jump into the tool. First tool which I'm talking about is Napkin. Napkin turns your text into visuals. It's so that we can share it as a idea. It is derived from the concept that anything can be sketched into a paper napkin and shared. Second one is Notebook LM. It is developed by Google Labs. It is a fantastic tool which you can use in your understanding or learning purposes. So let me give a scenario. Everyone prepares resumes. Now, if you want to use AI as your assistant in preparing the resume, how it would be? It will be very good, right? So I am going to demonstrate it. I've got a YouTube link here. If you look at it, I'm going to open it. Are you able to?
Imagine being able to build an app with your name
One
on
second.
it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base
ad.
44.
So this is a video on how to use AI for your resume creation. Now I am going to create a note out of it and then present it to an infographic. That is what I am going to do. So for that, I'm going to first use the tool Notebook LM. So let me log into that Notebook LM. So I have entered that link here in the Notebook LM and look what I can, get it from it. I can create an audio overview, video overview, a mind map, a briefing document. If I look at the reports, lot of things, study guide, everything. And you can even chat with them and ask the question, which is the best tool, and you can get answers. Yes, no, Sitaraman had mentioned the tools in the chat box. And if you want to hear the audio note or overview,
Welcome back to the Deep Dive.
just listen to it.
So, if you're out there in the job market right now, you probably know the feeling. It's exhausting, right?
Oh, definitely.
You're not just applying for a job, you feel like you're battling this like constant flood of
All
information.
information overload. Yeah.
We get all this advice.
Yeah.
Customize everything, make sure you optimize for the ATS, the applicant tracking system, and oh yeah.
How wonderful is that, right? You can have a podcast of a video which you just entered, and it has got a lot of features. Like we can enter around 300 documents or link in this tool and get it as a audio overview or a briefing document like this. Now let me introduce my second tool. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this comparative analysis into napkin and then convert it into an infographic. It is now I'm using a pro version, but you can use it for free for limited amounts. Definitely it is, free for a particular number of usage. Okay. So let me go to the next tool, that is napkin. So you can sign in using your Google account. This is absolutely free for, up to 5 infographics. So I'm going to add this note here. Hope you all can see my screen. I'm just going to select this text and click on this, generate visuals. All right. So if you look at it, it has given proper infographics for the content which is comparative analysis of resume creation methods, and which is good and which is bad, we can understand from the first look of it. Are you all with me? Are you all enjoying the tool which I'm sharing with you all?
Yes, yes.
All right, so now let me go back to my presentation. Third one is the AI tools directory. Every day we are getting new tools and new AI interfaces. So this AI tool directory, I will share the link in the chat box during the break time. And you can see for each category, what all are tools coming, we can understand from this. Pro is chargeable, yes. And if I have to speak about the charges, it was around 2000 rupees on a monthly basis, which we have to pay for Pro. That is including Google Gemini. All right. So this is something which I always look into, because as an AI architect in the coming scenario or coming world, we need to try out different tools and make ourselves, at least familiar with each tool. When our team member is suggesting, we need to come up with that. All right. So my demo for the tool is over. My final takeaways for the day is that we need to start thinking about service oriented leadership. Today, if other people are, giving you a title as a leader or not, you can take yourself the title of a leader. You don't need a formal title to start being a service oriented leader. It's a shift from leading from the top down to leading from the bottom up. Your real role as a leader is to support, empower, and enable your team to succeed. So, whether you're a millennial or Gen Z, from today onwards, you are a leader. So, are you a leader? Can I have a thumbs up or a yes from you all? Are you a leader? Yes. So, with this, I am handing over my mic to Sitaraman sir, but after a short break. I know it has been an overwhelming session, and we will meet you all after 10 minutes so that we can discuss about the mind competencies later on. Thank you all, and see you all after the break. That's it from my part.
Thank you.
So
Thank you,
I'm
Rajani.
going to, no problem. I'm
Yeah,
going to
we
start
can
the
take a
timer.
short break
Yeah,
and then come back after 10 minutes.
all right. All right. I think you all are back after the break. Sitaraman?
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah. Yes. Let's restart the session.
Oh, yeah. All are back. Can I get yes, no, response, thumbs up? Okay, great. So thank you, Rajani, for empowering us to be self-aware, to be emotionally and culturally intelligent. How do we collaborate and have the inclusive mindset and enabling us to be digitally and AI savvy and advising us leadership as a service is not only a title. So that was wonderful hearing from you. So let me take over from here, friends. So some of the key aspects of it we are going to see in the next session, which is nothing but critical thinking and decision making and problem solving. What is ethical and unethical leadership? How do we have the global mindset? Very important. It's a weapon for an emerging leader to understand communication and the way to tell the stories and how it will impact their day-to-day life. Very important. As a leader, how do we develop our business and financial acumen? So before that, just we are back from the break. So I wanted to ensure that all are alert. So let us play a small game. So what I'll be doing is, please keep a close watch in the chat window. I'll be putting two true approved leadership qualities. Okay. So traditionally, there is a definition for leadership quality, right? And one quality or a kind of a trait which is not approved as a leadership quality. And I would expect the audience to identify what is that which is not a leadership quality. Are you ready? Should I repeat what we have to do? I'm repeating once again. Please keep a close watch of your chat window. I'm going to put two positive leadership qualities and one leadership quality which is not an approved leadership quality. You need to identify the same. Here we go now. So I have put the leadership qualities. Can you identify one which is not approved leadership quality? You can unmute yourself. You can talk. You can respond in the chat window. Any answers? Oh, that's wonderful. So playing leapfrog is not an approved leadership quality, but I mean, leaders are not prevented from playing leapfrog games, right? What is leapfrog? Where the player jump over a bent person and slowly raise his height. Okay, this is the game which is played by the children. So let us take one more and then we will move on. Here you go. What is not an approved leadership quality? All right, Sandhya has got it right. Corita is right. Oh, she clothes. Rajani got it right. Excellent. Okay, so let us move on now. So let us move on further. Let us get into the critical thinking. So what is critical thinking? And how is it different from normal thinking? Let me put the perspective. Is critical thinking a buzzword? No, it is not. It is actually one of the happening things. Am I audible now? Am I audible now for
I can hear
others?
you. Sandhya ma'am, I
Okay,
suggest you
fine.
to look. Yeah, now you can.
All right, very good. So critical thinking, is it a buzzword? No, it is not. What is the difference between a normal thinking and a critical thinking? So let me take an example. If a project deadline is missed, a student, when somebody is asking the student, probably a teacher, they will come back with an answer stating that, the time given was not sufficient. So it is a blunt answer, right? It is automatic and habitual. So whenever we are asked a question, why some task is not completed, then we will try to blame on something. What is happening? We are relying on our past experiences, gut feelings, and quick judgments. It is purely surface level, superfluous. In the sense, we are only talking on the surface, not going deeper. It is always reactive. So when you say that, why the project was not completed, they will say, of course, the time given was not sufficient for us. So that is purely reactive. I will tell a small story here. When we talk about, Gen Z and millennial, few of them are students, I'm assuming as such. So there was one district educational officer, we call it as DEO, right? Who came to a school. So when the DEO comes for a visit, normally what happens is every class, first bench will contain all the bright students. They will sit, and then all posters will be there, charts will be there, all arrangements will be there. Okay, the DEO has come. He has come into the class 3, class 4, class 5, whatever you can take. Then normal pleasantries, exchanges, everything has gone. Now he asked one question. So because you are all really fond of our epics, I'll ask you a question from Ramayana. What was the question? Who broke the Shiva Dhanushu? Who broke the Shiva Dhanushu? What does it mean? So Rama has broken that in order to get married to Sita. So that was a Shiva Dhanushu. Then he asked the student in the first bench. That guy started weeping. No, sir, I did not break it. No, I'm really sorry. I'm not aware of this. I did not break it. Immediately the DO asked the class teacher. Class teacher said, no, we are really strict, sir, in this school. We were never allow anyone to break anything here. The HM, next goes the HM, right? The headmaster said, I will immediately check the teacher out, whoever has encouraged the student to break. What is actually the underlying thing? The DO wanted to know who broke the Shiva Dhanushu, which is the fundamental line from the epic Ramayana. And what is the reaction? One started weeping, one started telling that, we are really strict. One started telling that, I'll check out all these people. So this is what it is happening when we do a normal thinking. Now let us come to the critical thinking, which is closely linked with the problem solving. It is always analytical and reflective. You apply your mind, ask questions like why and how. Many are evidence based. You tend to seek facts, data, and multiple perspectives before deciding anything, because critical thinking and problem solving go hand in hand. It is really creative, and we always keep strategy in mind before deciding. What are all the typical questions to dig deeper? The same question of why the project deadline is missed, a critical thinker will start asking the questions. What was the task? Was the task really unrealistic or realistic? Who has to do what? The roles were clear. Whether the applied process was inefficient, was there any room for improvement? And very important, how can we prevent this in future? So friends, are you getting the difference between a normal thinking and a critical thinking now? Say yes, no, say yes, no.
Yes, we got it.
All right, thanks. So let's move on, Rajani. So the critical thinking is predominantly helping in the problem solving by evaluating the problem, by analyzing the problem in detail, the reasoning, and making the right decisions. Learn to analyze the complex issues objectively. It should not be subjective. Make decisions based on logic, not just trends or some peer pressure is coming. Just because DE was asking, don't tell that I have not broken the tradition. And active, organized cognitive process. Cognitive process is something related to mind, which is used to explore alternatives for determining what is important. This is what defining the critical thinking and the problem solving. So very importantly, a lot of research has gone to critical thinking. Now it is happening also. I can give you an example or few examples. Okay, I am putting in the chat window. You can pursue further. So the first thing is a simulation lab at the Lucknow University in the Department of Management Studies. You can explore further. I'm putting it in the chat window. The next one is on some of the gamification based on simulation and immersive, which will give a very clear definition and steps for how critical thinking can be used for problem solving. I am putting some details here. So please explore these things. This will be really interesting. And any leader, present or future, definitely needs critical thinking for problem solving. They go hand in hand. Can we go to the next one? Rajani? Let us come to a stronger part of the trait or a competency an emerging leader should know what is an ethical process and what is an unethical process. This is very important for leadership because short-term profits over long-term trust, lack of transparency and accountability, leaders practicing self-interest or company image over ethical practices are always, yielding negative results. That is what we have seen in practice. I can give you two live cases for that. First one is Satyam scandal. What happened? The founder admitted manipulating the company's accounts. What was the tune of the manipulation? It is $1.5 billion equivalent. It's a massive amount. Like when you convert into INR, it goes to 7,000 crores. What is unethical here? It was a fraudulent financial reporting. And few of the top four was also involved. I don't want to take any names here. I'm generalizing it. It misled stakeholders and absolute breach of trust. What happened after that? Investors totally lost confidence in Indian IT firms. It is not only Satyam which was impacted. As a blanket, all you guys are like that kind of an impression which was formed, which is really unethical. Are you getting my friends? Are you appreciating what I'm trying to say? Say yes, no, say yes, no.
Yes.
Great. Let us look at another international scenario, which is Enron scandal, which is somewhat similar to what happened in Satyam. The top executives used accounting loopholes and a special purpose to hide billions in debt So they projected a wrong picture of the company's balance sheet. What is the reason for that? Deception, greed, and abuse of corporate power for personal gain by few people. What was the impact? Bankruptcy of Enron, which really shook the world as such, and the collapse of Arthur Anderson, which was, one of the famous audit firms in that process. And one good thing happened is there was a new regulation was brought in, Sarbanes-Oxley. So, as a summary, unethical responsibilities and processes are unfit for the millennials and Gen Z. The current leaders are as well as future leaders. When you grow, we have to really remember that unethical practices will lead us nowhere. Can you move on? What are the key learnings? Trust is a leadership foundation, really important. As we grow, please remember, please take into mind that trust is the basement. Shortcuts lead to long-term damages. I have shown you practical examples. Culture flows from the top. It is not the bottoms up, but it is top down. In both the cases, if you see, only the top leaders have performed these unethical behavior and unethical activities. So these are all the key learnings for us as millennials and Gen Z to be authentic, to be ethical in our business conduct. Ethical leadership builds long-term credibility and trust. Of course, yes, very important, protects reputation. Drives inclusive progress. Who are all the beneficiaries? It's not only the leaders who is practicing the ethical responsibilities, it is the customer, the employers, and all the stakeholders who are involved. Okay. Finally, ethical business practices help in sustainability and growth. So do you agree with me? Any questions on ethical, unethical behavior and the explanations? I'm really happy to take those questions before I move on. Any feedback? Any reaction? All right, great. So let's move on. Let's watch a small video now. So this video is all about the global mindset.
So, what is a global mindset anyway? I like to define it as a person's ability to identify, read, and adapt to cultural signals, both overt and covert, when dealing with people unlike themselves. In other words, the ability to function successfully across cultures. Developing a global mindset is not difficult, but it does require focused attention. You need to think globally about your work, your studies, your friends, the news, the foods you eat, the art, the music, and the movies that you enjoy. Having a global mindset is having an open-minded perspective on the world, its people, places, ideas, and events. It's not just about thinking big thoughts about the world, but it's also about investigating new cultures, questioning the news, being curious about the people you've never met and the places you've never been. It also involves paying attention to what governments, large organizations, and NGOs are doing around the world, and how decisions businesses make affect the world that we live in. Having a global mindset is required to promoting harmony in society by accepting other people's opinions, ideas, and traditions, even if they're very different from our own.
Yeah, thank you for watching the video. So I'm going to summarize now what is that global mindset is all about. Let's get back to the slide. So I have given few links. One is an HBR link and as well as another link where the global mindset is really a shift. Okay, and then how to cultivate the global mindset. You can just have a deep dive into it. The summary of whatever the video we have seen, thinking beyond borders, Now, as leaders, definitely we have to be cross-culturals that Rajani has already explained in her context. We should have the economic awareness. Why? Now, whatever it is happening in the US, whatever it is happening in Russia, whatever it is happening in the Middle East or APAC, currently is having a direct impact on Indian economy. So we should be definitely aware. We need not be 100% economists to do a deep dive and Gyan. Particularly, we need to be aware. Tech savviness, beautifully Rajani explained on the digital transformation. We are living in a digital world. Slowly, we are moving from analog world to the digital world. Already 60-70% have been done. So we have to be really aware of what are the technological developments. We need not do a deep dive as leaders. And of course, if we are capping a hardcore technology leader, yes, definitely a deep dive is required. Environmental consciousness, why it is important. An oil spilling over in Red Sea or Park Strait is closed for traffic has got a serious economic impacts across the globe. So we need to definitely be serious about this. We need to understand the environmental consciousness very clearly. Political acumen, needless to reiterate, now multiple countries are focusing on India. What is the development which is happening? How the foreign relations, trade relations are there with India and the other countries. And we also need to watch what is happening in Ukraine, what is happening in Israel. These are all really important for a leader to be consistent in their business views. Very important, embracing the differences, language and distance. So how many of you are multilingual? How many of you know more than 2-3 languages? Can I get a feedback? Can you raise your hand? Okay. So why it is important to be multilingual? The world has become really flat. So now sitting here, I'm working with Rajani, who is sitting in Dubai. So of course, we know the same language, so it's not a problem. But there has to be a connecting language. There has to be a local language. If at all English is not a connecting language, it is always better to know multiple languages. And distance is not a barrier. You are seeing as such, we are in the same webinar across multiple time zones, or if not time zones, across multiple states, we have joined in this webinar. And working across the multiple time zones, cross-functional teams, for many of us, the work starts from morning 6 o'clock when APAC wakes up and ends by midnight when the US is about to close. All right. So the leaders have to be really aware of the multi-country, multi-culture, multi-time zone, cross-functional teams, everything in order to be progressive. And when we are talking about multi-currency, multiple environment, definitely go back now, Rajani, one more point. We need to learn to navigate complexity. More multiple countries and cross-functional teams are involved, more complexities are there. For example, regulations are different in different countries. So when we are doing, say, an SVP or an EVP role, where in which we are handling multiple country deliveries, we should be in a position to understand the regulations, the accounting practices, the business practices across multiple countries. So this is what, as a whole, is a global mindset which the millennials and Gen Z to look at and develop. It's a very important competence. Yeah. Next one is the communication, which is a weapon for any leadership, I should say. Quickly, let us understand the nuances of communication and storytelling and how it is useful for millennials and Gen Z. The communication should happen in 3 areas. First, to inform. Second, to inspire. Third is to influence. So let me give some few examples. I just want to communicate. Rajani, please move to the next slide. That's it. So she is skipping to the next slide. As an inspiration, I am telling Rajani, you have done a wonderful job. You have made us through learning, empowering, everything. That is inspiring. So Rajani will join me for the next webinar also. The third is to influence. I am influencing people. Of course, our own friends have joined, considering our friendship or camaraderie, whatever it is. So I am influencing people that we are conducting a webinar, and please join. This is influential communication. Always remember, friends, the communications should not be transactional. It should be really engaging. What does it mean? When I say that, Rajani, please move the slide, it's purely transactional. When I am telling Rajani, would you please move the slides, which is having an impactful communication so that people can understand clearly, that is the adding value. Then Rajani will say, yes, it is really important that we should understand and talk about communication. So this is the main difference between transactional and engaging communications. Now, quickly, I'll get into the storytelling techniques because the audience or your team members or any cohort for that matter will contain of left and right brainers. Left brainers are mostly rational. They would look for tools, techniques, or numbers or frameworks. The right brainers are really emotional. They will look for stories. They will look for some interesting videos. They will look for some content presentation, everything. So we have to satisfy both. So let us understand two techniques from here. One is SCQA and the second is 5 senses techniques. I'll give you a simple example for that. So first, let us understand SCQA. I am taking a single liner of the US government increasing the H-1B visa charges by some X amount. So the details are not important for us. How do I do a story based on this? SCQA is nothing but situation. What is the complication? What is the underlying question? And what is the answer for it? Now, before that, you tell me, who is using, as per you, the storytelling technique very often in the day-to-day life when you listen to people? Any names who are using the storytelling techniques very often? Any responses? Salespeople, wonderful. Traders, excellent. Grandmoms, always, always. Wonderful. Excellent, 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 Corina. Thank you very much. Thank you, Rajani. So I'll take, because this is for Millennials and Gen Z, there are two people I would highlight. One is actor Rajinikanth. Whenever he speaks, he takes a short story with him that makes the conversation really interesting. And second is our own Chinmayananda Saraswati, who talks about Gita, discourses. Always, he supplements his teachings or preachings with stories so that, people keep coming again and again to his speeches and people are really keen to understand. Now, let us get back to SCQA. What is the situation in the US? The United States has long been preferred destination for skilled professionals, of course, yes, especially for the tech and IT sectors. The H-1B plays a crucial role in allowing a foreign talent. That is the situation. What is the complication? Suddenly it has come. Recently, the US government announced a significant increase in H-1B visa applications. For employers, this raises the cost of sponsoring international talent. And for the travelers, it is really becoming very difficult for them to go to US on a H-1B visa. What is the question? How will this fee hike impact employers, employees, and overall global talent flow? And we are seeing various debates happening with this question everywhere. What is the answer? Very clearly, for employers, larger firms may absorb the cost, but it is very difficult for the smaller companies. What is in store for the employees? The financial burden may increase indirectly, and because the H-1B visas will be really restricted. And for global mobility, other countries with friendlier policies will get benefited. Very clear answer for this is a K visa introduced by China. Now you can understand how do we use SCQA for telling an one-liner story of the US government increasing the H-1B visas. All right, let me get to the second part, which is 5 senses. What are all the 5 senses? Sight, sound, smell, touch, and taste. Now, I am taking an example of Lal Bagh Raja, which we all know very well. I am explaining this story. The one-liner story was Lal Bagh Raja was worshipped with fervor and festivity in Ganesh Chaturthi. That is the one-line statement. I'm adding flavor to it. As you walk into the pandal, your eyes widen, sheer grandeur. The majestic idol of Lal Bagh Raja sitting tall, adorned with gold ornaments, fresh flowers, and glowing lights. Thousands of devotees are lining up. The glow of devotion is there everywhere. So, which what sense it is impacting? Can someone tell me? So, your eyes and sees the sheer grandeur, the majestic idol of Lal Bagh Raja is sitting tall, adorned with gold ornaments. All these are sight, right? Then let us go further. The air is alive with chants of Ganapati Bappa Moria, drums, conch shells, create rhythmic roar and vibrates through your chest. People are laughing, jumping, dancing. We hear the music everywhere. This is sound. Then next one is the smell. The fragrance of flowers, roses, incense sticks wraps around you. Sweet whiffs of modak and laddus, freshly prepared and offered to Bappa, mixed with the scent of sandalwood. Then the touch. People clap their hands together in prayer, feeling the beats of your mala sliding softly across your palm. The tilak of red kumkum and cool chandan paste pressed onto your forehead grounds you in the moment. That is a touch feeling. And finally, the taste feeling. After the darshan, you receive the prasad. The sweetness of modak melts in your mouth. So what is happening here? So we get the feeling of like we are getting into the pandal and then seeing Lal Bagh Raja and worship. So this is the power of 5 senses storytelling, which can bring the audience or the listeners together with you. Facts tell people what to think, but stories show people why it matters. Stories stick. Stories sell. Please remember, the best leaders help teams feel the purpose. It is really important for the millennials and Gen Z to understand this, the power of communication and storytelling. Can we move on? This is an engagement, a simple formula. First, start with the hook, context, conflict. Conflict is the villain. Introduce the villain. Bring the resolution, and finally tell the key takeaway. So in this case, what was the hook? What happens to the H-1B visa going forward? What is the context? Raising the visa fee was the context. Who is the villain? The US government was the villain. What is the resolution? The other country is introducing new visa or getting alternatives in the resolution. What is the key takeaway? We have understood the entire aspect of it. All right? Very good. Let's move on. We have come to the final traits, the business intelligence and accounting intelligence or acumen, financial acumen. Let us watch a small video on business intelligence.
Have you ever found yourself in one of these situations? You're talking with the senior leader of your company and wish you could say something really insightful to show your knowledge of the business, but your brain goes numb and you can't come up with anything meaningful. You're attending a meeting, and as they start reviewing financial statements, you get lost. You hope no one discovers that the smile on your face or the nod of your head hides the gap in your knowledge. Besides, you can't see what the numbers have to do with what you have to get done today or this week. If you've experienced moments like these, you're a member of a fairly large group. Business people who are in business but don't necessarily get business. You see, while most employees understand their function, for example, they know their responsibilities as an IT professional, or they're really smart when it comes to managing operations. The fact is, 90% of employees don't understand important business measures, and those who do have a hard time explaining the numbers to those who don't. This leads to organizations that feel disconnected, departments that make uninformed business decisions, managers who shy away from making important business decisions, and employees who slow down the decision-making process because they don't want to make the wrong choice. CEOs dread this kind of stuff. The solution is building your business acumen, becoming an employee who can see the big picture without losing sight of the details, who can cut through complexity and conquer uncertainty. Someone who consistently makes the right strategic bets that deliver clear and measurable results. Acumen Learning has developed business acumen training.
So wonderful. So we understood why we need to have the business acumen, right? Let us watch another video on financial acumen. Thank you. How many of you are aware of the contents of the annual reports published by your own company? How many of you understand the financial report? What is a balance sheet? What is EBITDA? What is profit after tax PAT? And what is the dividend which are being paid to the shareholders? Any hands? I would like to hear from you. What is the level of understanding? And how do you understand the business acumen? What is the company's product? How it is getting marketed? What are all the key customers? How the market is playing? What are all your competitors? Can I get some hands? Are you really keen? Are you really not keen? But it is an important competency every leader should develop. We cannot escape it. So let us go on doing an activity which will give you the primary understanding on the competency. Before that, Please note, business and financial acumen is not about being an accountant. It is about having the confidence, clarity, strategic thinking to align the purpose with performance. And business acumen is spread across finance, it is across strategy, it is across marketing, sales, supply chain, and operations. So very, very important for the millennials and Gen Z leaders, growing leaders, future leaders to have the business and financial acumen as their main competency. Why is it important? Better decision making. We saw in the video what is in store for a manager, what is in store for a CEO, everything we saw there. It ensures sustainable growth because organization alignment is there. Everybody talks in the business language. They know how much profit my company has made, what are all the key decisions taken in the board meeting, what are all the financial decisions, what is my profit after tax, what is the dividend my stakeholders are getting. These are all some key important company information. People are risk aware. So I'm going to invest $100 billion in this research. What is the risk and what is the benefit? Really important. Always, a leader should have an entrepreneurial mindset also, because only technology or only soft skills or only emotional intelligence will not add that value. Along with business acumen, along with financial acumen, you stand apart. That is what the message I would like to convey. So, Rajani, let us get into the activity now. So,
Sure.
how many are there? Whether we'll be able to put them into
Yeah,
breakaways?
actually, yeah, we will put them into breakout rooms, and based on that, we can go further for the discussion.
Okay,
But
sure. Let us explain the context first.
yeah, I'll just share the slide again.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
So we are going to do an activity. So the context is, of course, we will divide two teams. So the context is a startup founder group. You have a seed capital of, say, $100,000 virtual money. And please come out with a startup idea, have a business acumen, use your financial acumen to put things together. What would be the startup? What kind of a business you will focus? What are all the stakeholders? How will you market your business? And how do you allocate your budget across the next 3 years? And what are all the areas you will be allocating the budget? And what is the profit you are expecting to come out of it? Simple, but a very clear activity, which will definitely help you to understand what is business acumen and financial acumen. Here we go. Have you understood the concept? Everybody is clear? Any explanation is required? So you are getting a seed fund of $100,000. You need to come out with a startup company. You need to identify a core business, number one. Number two, what are all the allied activities? Like how do you set up the marketing? How do you set up the sales? What is the targets? Then about the financial statements. What is the budget you will be allocating in 1 or 2 years out of that 100,000? And what is the profit you are going to expect out of it?
All right.
Can we show me a thumbs up so that we can get into the breakout rooms quickly?
Yes, I will send you to the breakout rooms, and let's see how it goes. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Are you ready? Are you with me, guys?
Participate. Even if it is text chat, also no problem. Please do participate.
That's
yeah.
it. That's it.
So I'm going to assign the breakout rooms.
Yeah.
You all can join the rooms. And I'm going to put a timer of 10 minutes for this activity. 5 minutes left for the discussion. All right. Hope you had a good discussion during the breakout.
Yes, of course, yes.
All right. So who is presenting the idea?
So, Sandhya, you can go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so with the 1 crore that we have been allocated, we would like to start an edtech company. So this will be developing a learning platform for maths and science for high schoolers. And so we'll need to allocate funds for developing the app itself. And then as Corina mentioned, we will have to have a small working office, even if it is a co-working space. And for the operations, we need people. The support team, we need people. For the technical support, and we need to hire teachers as well. So we have allocated funds appropriately for each of these divisions. And finally, we need to allocate for marketing as well. In order to market our company and whatever we are promoting. So for content development, we need teachers, and even for the delivery of the information and knowledge, for imparting knowledge. Yeah.
So,
Excellent.
fantastic. Excellent.
Also, sales, like she missed out on 2 points, sales and financial team. And I had also mentioned that we need a career advisor, like
Yes.
who can, advise the parents on whether this course will be beneficial for your child or no. Because see, like the parent will be concerned, right, that I'm investing this much money in it. So is it worth it or not? So that was my point, which she missed out, but no issues.
Yeah, yeah.
Overall, she
Excellent.
covered everything that
Excellent.
we
Excellent.
did.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yes.
So, I think this is what it takes for understanding the basic financial and business acumen. So, what is our call to action for today? Be the leader tomorrow needs. Will you be the one? Answer is yes. All right. I'm assuming that. Yes, Rajani, over to you.
Yes, fantastic. Actually, Mr. Sitaraman has taken a long drive for us regarding the brain or mind competencies. So, this is what the bumper sticker for all of us from today onwards. We will start working on leadership competencies, start with ourselves, then lead others, and it will ultimately grow up to the organization. So, grow into leaders who truly lead with both heart and mind. That's the bumper sticker for the day. And lead with a heart and lead with impact. Whatever you do in life, lead it with heart and impact. That's the message for the day. So that is from us, me, Rajni Ramkumar, and Mr. Sitaraman signing off. So if you have any queries, any questions, or any insights to share, the floor is all yours. And at the end, we would like to take a poll of how our session was to, work on it for our upcoming sessions and upcoming journey. And firstly, thank you from the bottom of our heart for joining and being our strong, strong support for the day. Thank you so much.
So
Sir,
I
anything to
reflect the
ask
same
from it?
sentiments what Rajani is expressing. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for sharing your time and actively participating. That is very, very important. Can we get few views, please?
Yeah, I will. I'll just add on the poll also. Anyway, it is only two people, but it's okay. I will just.
Correct. Numbers doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So the context is really important. What is
All
that
right.
we're trying to do is really important.
Yeah, I'm going to launch a poll. You can add it and also share your views. Are you able to see the poll?
Yes, submitted as well.
All right. In case if you have any
Okay, we have
yeah.
taken say 5 minutes more, or rather 10 minutes more, which is definitely that we had a delayed start, so that
Yes.
we are compensating that. So thank you very much. Thanks for your patience, Verita, Sandhya, and everyone who has
Okay.
joined. Thanks, Rajini, for wonderful
Yeah.
So I
narratives
would like to
and
thank
the insights.
Sitaraman sir for inviting or just giving this idea to have a breakthrough, and definitely we all can have our upcoming sessions. And I want to share information with Sandhya ma'am. She was asking about Delhi. Delhi is an open AI tool only, open AI software tool for image generation and all, and that also is free to an extent. I think 2-3 images we can generate in a day, and after that it is chargeable. And there are a lot of AI tools which even in this I have used Napkin, notebook LLM. I have not used in this webinar, but okay, for demonstration purpose I have used. Another tool which I have used is for video creation, that is in video. I have generated a script from ChatGPT and put it across in video to create Arjun's journey. It is like all my idea which I wanted to translate it into a video. So I feel that AI will be an add-on for all our talents, and nothing to add on more and take your valuable time. That's all from my end. Any insights or anything, any feedback you all want to share, please feel free.
Yeah, I would like to share a few key takeaways for me. Like I was really amazed that you used all the techniques of Zoom, the breakout rooms, the timer, and yeah, the Mentimeter, which you had sent the link, and the poll. So I really would love to learn all those techniques. I'm not, I haven't used all of them at one session actually, though I have used just one of them in one of my sessions. And yeah, the AI tools which we can use, that was a really, eye opener for me, because Napkin I have not used. So I just wanted to know if you have used Napkin to generate the any images in today's session.
Yes, for that 21st century skills, I'll just show that.
Infographics,
Screen
no,
share it.
that are
infographic for
made
infographic,
through
and I want to
Napkin.
share the links also for these
Infographic.
tools. 1 second. Let me share the tool link so that you all can try it. And one more bonus, website I want to share it with you all. That is Clips app. In that, actually, we can try out. Even I did not also try. That's why I did not share it during the webinar. Try out this all in Delhi or even image generation tools and all for free. The last one I have shared in the chat box. Okay. And let me show the slide which I created using this one. Napkin. This one. Are you able to see the slide?
Yeah.
Just go on to the last one. Yeah. So that one, I just, pasted the text of the article and then got it in this form.
Infographic. Okay.
Infographic. Yeah. And it is free. I think daily I can actually generate around 3 to 5 infographics. So it is
Okay.
for concising a very big idea into an infographic is a very big, very easy to use tool.
Yeah, that's
Effective
great
also.
because I have been struggling to generate some infographic through Canva, but the
Canva is
problem there
good,
is we
but
ourselves have
yeah,
to, yeah,
it is
think of
mostly
something.
it is paid one Canva. Good infographics are paid on Canva, and it is not AI generated. Half of the
Yeah,
work is done by AI in this.
yes.
And
So
Zoom, it is, yeah.
And me, Rajni, you can say then I'll
No,
send you.
Zoom, it is, if it is a paid account, we'll get all these. And there are other tools in Zoom, like this one, Whiteboard, which we can actually use it very effectively when we are. I want to try it out. I have not, confidently used it, but maybe in the upcoming session, I will use it. Because Whiteboard is definitely something which is very powerful when we are training.
Yeah, whiteboard should be used for interactive learning.
Mm.
When we start discussing, jotting down points, whatever we are doing, that can be done on whiteboard.
You were about to say something?
Yes. So I was just telling to help Sandhya if she wants to know about AI
Yeah,
tools. This is what it's like, just a jugaad or hack, which I
Correct.
very good.
normally use.
Very
So
good.
because like I'm right now, I'm not very much keen in investing
Couldn't.
in all all sorts of AI phase. So what I do is I just go on Google and I write text to video generating in apps, or
Yeah,
text to video generating websites, and then whatever options come, I explore each option, and
very
then
good.
whichever I like, I pick up from there, and then I use those things in my whatever ways I need to use it.
Using, yeah.
So this is
Very good.
one, it's like kind of just a hack or jugaad for now, which is real.
Yes,
Like it's not
simple
effective
and
in
easy to
the
use.
long run, but for the timing, it's like something which you can do.
Yeah, the one
And
kind
other
of,
Super.
than that,
yeah,
on your guys' session, it was really insightful. So for me, my key takeaway would be that as a leader, we need to definitely lead by heart and mind both. And simultaneously, when I say heart and mind, we need to be we need to be adaptable, we need to
yeah,
collaborate with others. Sometimes as a leader also, we be resistant that okay, should I be collaborative with xyz person? So that shouldn't be our approach. Like I have seen sometimes most leaders kind of hesitate. I don't know why is it like that, but most leaders hesitate in collaborating with another leader, or they
Correct.
feel that as a leader, I should be the one who should be doing everything and not be
yes,
inclusive with
So
people.
that is
So
basically
for
the
me, this
mindset
would be
issue.
my key tip. I'm just saying what I have observed in my work life.
Yeah. And even the story that you used
So
was
really learned a lot.
it was kind of depicting what you wanted
situation.
to
Yeah,
show across the message.
Thank
It
you.
was
Thank
a
you.
very apt story also.
Thank you.
And about inclusivity, even I also feel when trainers themselves, they have, or coaches, they say big messages that we have to be inclusive, include everyone, but they will not collaborate with everyone. From my personal experience, I have learned that they will say big words, but in practice, zero inclusivity. That is also something which, mindset should change. Hurtful sometimes.
So that pursue on this critical thinking, because I have given you that where the work is happening, that links also I have given. This is an interesting area. And
Yeah.
apart from strategy, the
And
strength has
HBR
to be
link
there in
also, I'll
critical thinking.
post it here. What you had put it across, I'll
Correct,
just
correct,
send it across.
correct. So thank you very much. Thanks for sharing your time. And thanks, Rajani, personally. So you responded to me positively. And I think together we have created value today. So let us not
Yes.
bother much about the participation and all. Things will fall
Yeah.
in line automatically.
True.
No, like
Wonderful
I
efforts.
always have this belief that let's start with small numbers. Like today, I seen you guys had 10 people. So
Correct.
10 people is sahi, but then small steps will lead us to, later on,
Yes.
maybe in future, once you'll continue, you guys will have 25, 30 audience or even more.
Correct.
Yes.
So start with small
And
steps.
for
Thank you
me
so much.
personally, Rajani and Sandhya, Corina, it did not look like, some starters or beginners doing the sessions. For me, I felt
Thank you.
really fully involved, and I felt, I'm in a real professional gathering, taking a
Yes.
training
True.
session.
Mood,
So,
background, everything was
absolutely.
created.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
This gives us a lot of confidence,
Yes.
definitely. And definitely the word of mouth, and people would readily be ready to participate time and again. So
Yes.
if we look at some important, interesting topics and ensure appropriate training delivery, definitely things will fall in line.
Sure.
Thank you.
So
all
Have a
that's
the
it.
great weekend.
efforts, yeah. Sorry to interrupt.
No problem. Please continue.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you have put in a lot of effort and it was showing, it was evident.
It's all
You've
from
put
our
in,
passion which has come up. That's what I feel.
yeah.
Yes, so
Yeah.
I
Thank you
chose
so much.
Rajani very clearly, and time has proven me that my call out was right. So we benefited from each other's association for at
Yes.
least 2-3 days. A lot of learnings and exchanges and understanding. Whatever we are preaching, definitely we
Practice.
implemented it,
Yeah.
practiced.
All right.
Okay,
So I'm
bye-bye.
ending the session.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you so much and have a great weekend ahead.
Have a nice
Yeah, you
day.
too. Bye.
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 Take care.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.